Hey guys, what is up and welcome back. We're doing a day in the life vlog today, back to school. And so we're back to our daily routine of that. So I spent the first week, I filmed a video, I was editing a bunch, I filmed some school lunches that I've packed for Sydney for like reels and YouTube shorts. And so that has been our first week. Sydney started field hockey. She does field hockey pretty much every fall. And so yeah, just getting back into the swing of things. Today though, I'm able to film a vlog. First of all, if you don't follow on Instagram, I made my very first sourdough. So if you know sourdough, you know that I didn't make it perfectly, but I'm very, very proud of myself. So the flavor is there. I know I didn't let it bulk ferment long enough, so it has these big holes and it's a little dense down here. But that is like, I fully knew that that was going to happen because I started it a little late in the day and I was really tired and I was like, just did my thing and then cold proofed it. So yeah, I'm gonna let my starter mature for another week or so and then try it out again, possibly over the weekend or maybe next week or something. But the flavor is delicious. So I went ahead and made some avocado toast with that this morning. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I'm just following a starter, like a website that gave you a breakdown day by day, and now I'm just feeding it like every other day at this point. And it seems to be doing fine. But I don't know what I'm doing. The recipe that I followed, don't even know where I found it. I think I Googled it at some point. So I will continue to practice and get better, but I'm happy to get started. Today though, I have this giant bag of Macintosh apples. My plan with these is to make some homemade applesauce. Sydney has been asking for that. So I'm gonna make some homemade applesauce. If I have any leftover, I think I will make some apple fruit roll-ups. I've made berry ones in the past and Sydney loved them so much. So I thought I would try my hand at some apple ones. So that is what is on the agenda today. I'm staying home though because I have like laundry to fold, floors to clean, I have some housework that has been neglected, and so I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then possibly make something else. I want to make lasagna rolls to have in the freezer as like a quick grab and go meal or school lunch situation. So that is on the agenda. You guys know I have been on a huge homemade kick and I love it. It is filling my cup and making me so happy. Just a little tip, if you have a small kitchen, even if you have a giant kitchen, a trash bowl or a like, you know, put all your dirty utensils in there. That's what I do with my measuring cups and spoons if I'm using them. It makes life easier. Anyway, we have all of the apples cut. I don't know how, probably maybe like 3 or 4 cups worth of cubed up apples. Here, let me turn on the light. I feel like you can't see. I am using Macintosh. It's just my favorite. You can use whatever type of apples you like. I've made this several times on my channel / in life. I have about a half a cup of water in there. Healthy sprinkling of cinnamon, probably a teaspoon or so. And then instead of granulated sugar, I'm gonna use, you don't have to use sugar, by the way. You can just leave it like that. I'm gonna use a little bit of brown sugar, but I don't want it like crazy sweet. You can have it dessert sweet and do like a half a cup, but I might do like just a couple of heaping spoonfuls. Pop that on low. I should plug it in first. Okay. And put it on low a couple of hours until they're soft. Starting to smell this throughout the house. It smells so, it smells so delicious is what I was going to say. The apples are not ready yet, but I am gonna go ahead and give it a mix so they stay nice and juicy. It's been about 2 hours, so probably another hour at least. I was in the mood to prep some food, so I'm gonna go ahead and prep some lasagna rolls. We had lasagna about a week ago for dinner. It was delicious, but I have extra noodles, as I pretty much always do, and sauce and things. So I'm gonna go ahead and make some lasagna for the freezer. Easy lunch for like school lunch for Sydney and I as well. So I have these glass containers. I think I'm gonna do smaller portions, maybe like 2 rolls, and I might do 1 or 2 of these depending on how much it makes. And I also have this pan that I've had it for a while, so yeah, I don't know, we'll see how much it makes. I am very much into stocking my freezer, making life easier, especially, you know, as the busy season happens, or winter or whatever. So I'm just gonna make them all. All right, so in 10 minutes of cooking, the noodles are done. I want them to be nice and al dente because they are gonna obviously freeze and then bake in the oven again when we are ready. But I'm just making a really easy cheese one. Sometimes I like to add spinach, but I just wanted to make the quickest. I do have spinach. I should have made spinach. Oh, whatever. Anyway, so putting the cheese layer on here. I found also I have these little containers, so I'm gonna put one in there, and that will be like a portion for Sydney for a lunch option when I'm out of ideas. Okay, so all of this only took me maybe 15 minutes, and that's only because the noodles took 10 to cook. So I have this much for, I know my container's too big, but I think I got it last year. So I have this much for making for a dinner for Sydney and I have this portion set out for individual lunch for Sydney, and then I have this portion of 2 for me. Possibly if I want that for lunch. I mean, obviously this is all communal family food, but there, I am happy I have some things prepped. So that is done. I feel accomplished. I have been trying to come up with some items to make every single week, whether it be storing our leftovers in the freezer, or coming up with a meal that I can make separately as long as I have most of the ingredients to keep it budget friendly. I know we're only a family of 2, so it's kind of easy to store our leftovers in the freezer, because I typically make a a family size portion. So but that's what I'm doing as far as freezer items goes, and I want to do this strictly because there are times when, like right now, I feel like in the fall I have the most energy, the fall and winter, like beginning of winter. And so while I have the energy, while I have the motivation, I want to stock up our freezer with homemade items because I love eating homemade fresh foods, but I'm not always in the mood to cook them, or we might be really busy, or we want that extra time to play outside. And so I'm not going to come in and make a meal that takes an hour to 2 hours, you know, but I do want that comfort food as well. So that's why I'm doing it. I do have a list of items that are in my freezer. That way I don't lose track. The freezer organization right now, it's not terrible, but I do want to keep an inventory. That way I know what I've got going on. And then also, gosh, I have like 7 minutes before I have to leave to grab Sydney from school. The apples are nice and soft, so I think we can mush them. But this is what I have right now. I'm kind of keeping a little running list. I have some items in my pantry, like homemade brownie mix. What else do I have on there? Everything crackers, some granola, and then freezer items. I have a couple of soups. I have lots of, a couple of things of muffins and English muffins. But that's what I have right now. I have some homemade stuff in the refrigerator, but as far as pantry and freezer goes for longer term storage, I can never talk. I have cookies, pizza dough, mini chicken pot pies, soups, and all that. And I just added the lasagna rolls to my list. The apples smell so good. Everything is nice and soft, so I'm just gonna go ahead and squish them all. I don't like a chunky applesauce. I like it nice and kind of smooth, so, but it takes no effort, hardly any time at all. Okay, there, the applesauce is done. I've shut this off, but it is clearly way too hot to put away before I leave to grab Sydney, so I'm just gonna unplug my crock pot and let it kind of come to temp. And then Sydney will probably have some of this with a little, I think I might have whipped cream. I'm not sure if I do or whatever. She'll have this as a little after school snack, and I'm sure she will love it. So one thing about making things from scratch and freezing leftovers or making items for the freezer is I'm realizing how wasteful I was. Not on purpose. I never meant to waste food or throw away food, but I typically don't love leftovers of things, or I get, you know, Sydney and I both get sick of it and we're like, we don't want to eat the same thing that we just had. So it's making me really realize how wasteful I used to be. And now I'm just freezing more items, and we'll have it when we're ready for it again. Or, you know, if I have extra soup or something and it's only one portion, it's just, I don't know. I just am finding joy in saving money. Saving money, saving time, and also eating yummy comfort. All right, got her back from school. I'm gonna put that in the car. And she, like I thought, wants some warm applesauce. Let's see if I have whipped cream.
Would you squirt some in my mouth? You used to do that.
You want to eat this outside?
Yummy.
Decided I'm gonna have some too.
Yummy.
Is it so good?
I eat the whipped cream.
I figured you would. So delicious. And I'm officially, we are in 2nd grade and I'm already like, wait a minute, I don't even think I knew that word. Good luck to her.